The tragic fates of Bing Crosby's sons, Gary, Dennis, Philip and Lindsay, highlight the stark contrast between the dazzle of Hollywood and their own personal turmoils. Bing Crosby, despite his iconic status, had children who were embroiled in personal battles, including substance abuse and difficult familial ties. The narratives of Gary, Dennis, Philip and Lindsay reveal the intricate challenges of bearing the legacy of a celebrated parent. Lindsay Crosby, though not reaching the heights of fame of his illustrious father, Bing Crosby, navigated a life filled with its own distinct trials and tribulations. Born into the spotlight on January 5, 1938, in Los Angeles, California, Lindsay was the child of Bing Crosby and his first wife, Dixie Lee. Growing up, Lindsay was deeply conscious of the enormous legacy his father, a giant in the entertainment industry, had established, creating lofty benchmarks for him. As one of Bing Crosby's offspring, Lindsay had siblings Gary, Dennis, Philip and a sister, Mary Frances, living a privileged childhood in the radiance of their father's fame. Bing Crosby, renowned for his smooth voice and unforgettable roles in classic films like White Christmas and Going My Way, guaranteed a comfortable existence for his family through his accomplishments. Following in the footsteps of his father's love for show business, Lindsay Crosby pursued an acting career, featuring in movies such as The Big Night, 1951, and The Star in the Story, 1955. However, despite his attempts, he couldn't achieve the towering success or garner the same level of recognition in the entertainment industry as his father. In addition to his career struggles, Lindsay faced personal challenges, including an ongoing battle with alcoholism. This struggle had a profound effect on his life and echoed the adversities encountered by many in his family. On December 11, 1989, his death marked a significant loss for his family and followers, underscoring the personal battles he had fought throughout his existence. Dennis Crosby, another son of the celebrated Bing Crosby, and his first wife, Dixie Lee, was welcomed into a life of remarkable luxury and fame on July 13, 1934 in Los Angeles, California. His upbringing was distinctly influenced by the unique situation of being raised in a family that was at the heart of the entertainment world, amidst the glitz and acclaim that came with his father's distinguished career. Following in the footsteps of his father, Dennis hoped to make his own mark in the entertainment industry. During the 50s and 60s, he ventured into acting, participating in various movie and TV projects. His acting journey began with Mr. Corey in 1957, and he went on to feature in films such as The Night the World Exploded, 1957, and The Purple Hills, 1961. On television, Dennis made memorable appearances on popular shows of the time, including the Jack Benny program and the Red Skelton Hour. Yet, despite his efforts, Dennis faced challenges in attaining the same level of celebrity and recognition his father enjoyed, struggles that were magnified by Bing Crosby's towering presence in the entertainment world. Dennis's personal life was deeply affected by struggles that mirrored those encountered by other family members, including a fight against alcohol addiction. These challenges added complex dimensions to his life, overshadowing his professional accomplishments. His passing signified the conclusion of a life brimming with potential and privilege, yet profoundly impacted by the daunting task of living up to an unmatched legacy and his personal struggles. The story of Dennis Crosby serves as a somber reflection on the nuanced relationship between fame, family, legacy, and individual hardship. Gary Evan Crosby, the first child of the legendary Bing Crosby and Dixie Lee, was ushered into the spotlight from the moment he was born on June 27, 1933, in Los Angeles, California. As the eldest sibling in a family deeply rooted in the entertainment industry, Gary was exposed to the limelight at an early age, along with his younger brothers Philip, Dennis, and Lindsay Crosby. Being the son of one of the most admired personalities in Hollywood came with its advantages, but Gary was not satisfied with living in the shadow of his father's celebrity. He was resolute in making a name for himself in the entertainment realm, drawing on his natural singing talent and acting skills. Gary commenced his showbiz career on The Bing Crosby Show, his father's radio program where he first introduced his singing talents to a broader audience. This initial exposure laid the groundwork for his entry into acting, culminating in his film debut in Mr. Corey in 1957. His body of work expanded to feature in movies like The Big Night, 1951, and The Night the World Exploded, 1957, among others. Through pursuing a career in the entertainment industry, Gary aimed to make a name for himself as both a singer and actor, endeavoring to emerge from the vast shadow cast by his father's legendary reputation. His venture and the obstacles he faced in the entertainment field signify a mission, driven by the wish to both pay homage to and distinguish himself from his celebrated family background. Gary also made his mark on television, featuring in acclaimed series of that time like Playhouse 90 Inches and Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Despite his endeavors and his passion for music, Gary encountered difficulties in achieving the level of monumental success in the music industry that seemed to come naturally to his father, Bing Crosby. He released a handful of singles and albums, but found it challenging to attain the same level of fame and acknowledgement. If you like this video, please leave a number 9 in the comments below. Offstage, Gary confronted significant personal hardships, including a strained relationship with his father. In his memoir, Going My Own Way, 1983, he disclosed distressing experiences of abuse, neglect, and severe discipline within the family, offering a glimpse into the Crosby home that sharply contrasted with the cultivated public image. In his autobiography, Gary also openly discussed his battles with addiction, deepening the understanding of the multifaceted story of his life. Although Gary Crosby may not have reached the heights of fame and success achieved by his father, his contributions to the entertainment industry and his brave revelations about his family's internal challenges have made a lasting impact. His memoir provided a deeper look into the Crosby family dynamics, challenging the perfect image of Bing Crosby and shedding light on the complexity of family ties under the intense gaze of the public eye. Gary Crosby's death on August 24, 1995, at the age of 62, brought a close to a life that encountered both the high points and low points of being overshadowed by a legendary figure. His narrative stands as a compelling account within the Crosby family history, illustrating the dual nature of fame's appeal and the stark realities of personal adversity. Going My Own Way, Gary's memoir published in 1983, paints a raw and unfiltered picture of life within the Crosby household, a stark departure from the polished and esteemed facade typically associated with Hollywood's elite. Central to Gary's exposé was a harrowing account of the physical and emotional abuse endured by him and his brothers, Philip, Dennis, and Lindsay, at the hands of their father, Bing Crosby. Furthermore, Gary's book delved into the problem of alcoholism in the family, casting a spotlight on Bing Crosby's own struggles with excessive drinking. This aspect of Bing's behavior exacerbated family tensions and led to a fraught and distant relationship with his sons. The exposure of Bing Crosby's private life offered a stark contrast to his widely embraced public image as a cordial and affable entertainer, revealing a more perturbed aspect of the celebrated figure. In the memoir, the complicated and tense relationship between Gary and Bing Crosby was elaborated upon. Gary depicted himself as feeling overlooked and undervalued by his father, who frequently placed his career ahead of family commitments. This emotional neglect made Gary and his siblings feel estranged from Bing, amplifying a feeling of solitude within their familial unit. Gary's accounts also boldly addressed the struggles of his brothers, Dennis and Lindsay, including issues of addiction and personal strife. Through these narratives, he unveiled a comprehensive portrait of a family grappling with their individual battles and afflictions, often overshadowed by the immense fame of their family head. While there is a significant emphasis on the turbulent dynamics within his family, Gary's memoir does not overlook his personal ambitions and endeavors to make a name for himself in the entertainment industry. He openly discussed his efforts to forge a career as a singer and actor, a journey marked by its own hurdles, particularly the challenge of emerging from Bing Crosby's vast shadow. Going My Own Way serves as a deeply revealing and honest examination of Gary Crosby's life, shedding light on the less visible side of the Crosby family's experiences. It confronts the picture-perfect image of Bing Crosby, unveiling the difficulties and adversities his children encountered. Through his memoir, Gary Crosby provided a glimpse into his own story, while also bringing attention to the hidden struggles that can linger beneath the surface of stardom. Philip Lang Crosby, also a progeny of the illustrious Bing Crosby and Dixie Lee, found his own space within the overwhelming shadow cast by his father's prominent fame. Born on July 13, 1934, in Los Angeles, California, Philip was immersed from birth in a family legacy saturated with entertainment prominence, a heritage he embraced alongside his brothers Dennis and Lindsay Crosby. Choosing to embark on a journey akin to his father's, Philip entered the entertainment domain, though his career therein didn't reach the monumental heights of his father's. His exploration into acting led him to roles in a few films, most notably in Holiday Inn, 1942, where he played a younger version of Jim Hardy, a character immortalized by his father. If you like this video, please leave a number 9 in the comments below. Philip's initial foray into the film sector, alongside his participation in television and joint stage performances with his father, highlighted his artistic leanings. However, distinct from his brothers, Philip's interests branched out well beyond the entertainment industry's boundaries. Notably, his life featured an admirable period of service in the U.S. Marine Corps, indicating a dedication to serve that veered away from the entertainment-oriented path of his forebears. Furthermore, Philip ventured into the business realm as a stockbroker, displaying adaptability and a readiness to explore avenues outside the entertainment world that had long characterized his family's image. Nevertheless, despite venturing into diverse fields, the pull of the entertainment industry, amplified by his family ties, continuously acted as a pivotal influence throughout his various professional endeavors. Yet Philip's life was marked by trials familiar to the Crosby lineage as he contended with personal demons of alcohol addiction. This struggle overshadowed aspects of his career and personal life, serving as a testament to the recurring theme of adversity within the Crosby household. These challenges underscore the intricate dynamics of fame, familial heritage, and personal tribulation. Philip Crosby's demise on January 13, 2004, at 69 years of age, concluded a life that, though not reaching the vast acclaim of his fathers, remained deeply entwined with the legacy of one of the most celebrated families in American entertainment. His passing serves as both a somber reflection on the enduring influence of the Crosby family and a stark reminder of the personal struggles that often exist behind the glamour of celebrity life. The narrative of Philip Crosby, alongside those of his brothers, encapsulates the intricate interrelation of legacy, fame, and personal adversity within a family renowned for its significant contributions to the fabric of American entertainment. A pivotal moment that sheds light on the Crosby family's internal dynamics is Bing Crosby's introspective admission during a 1959 interview. Bing openly expressed remorse over his approach to parenting, acknowledging, "I guess I didn't do very well bringing my boys up. I think I failed them by giving them too much work and discipline, too much money, and too little time and attention. But I did my best, and so did their mother." Intriguingly, at that time, Lindsay stood up for his father, stating, "I don't know how our dad could feel he's failed us as a father. Reading that he had said that in an interview really shook me up. I only hope someday that I can give my son a tenth of what Dad has given us." This interaction underscores the complex and emotional layers within the Crosby family, reflecting divergent perceptions and sentiments towards familial relationships and legacy. Bing Crosby's introspection and Lindsay's reaction reveal the intricate dynamics of the Crosby family. Bing's candid acknowledgement of regret over his parenting methods provides insight into a seldom-seen vulnerable side of the celebrated performer. By admitting to overemphasizing work and discipline, generously providing financial support, yet not allocating enough time and attention, Bing illuminates the possible pressures and challenges his sons might have encountered as they navigated the massive shadow of his fame. This frank disclosure reveals that despite Bing's earnest efforts and intentions, the equilibrium between his professional pursuits and familial duties might have been off-kilter, potentially leading to unforeseen impacts on his children. Conversely, Lindsay's defense of his father underscores the profound connection and affection within the family amidst its complexities. His surprise at Bing's self-critique and his hope to emulate at least a small portion of what his father offered him underscores the profound respect and admiration he had for Bing. This dialogue between Bing and Lindsay Crosby also highlights a prevalent aspect of family dynamics, the divergence in perceptions between parent and child. Bing reflects on his parenting with regret, while Lindsay perceives his actions as expressions of love and support, emphasizing the complex nature of familial bonds. These differing views highlight that the Crosby family, much like any other family, faced its share of trials and misunderstandings. The journey of being sons, characterized by personal challenges and endeavors to carve individual paths amidst the towering legacy of their father, illustrates the intricate relationship between familial expectations, personal ambitions, and the quest for an identity distinct from that of a parent. The exchange between Bing and Lindsay Crosby serves as a poignant reminder of the lasting influence of parenting decisions and the way love, regret, and comprehension are interwoven in the tapestry of family life. Their story resonates with many, mirroring the universal narratives of striving, reconciliation, and an eagerness to recognize and learn from one's history. Growing up with a famous father, is it a golden ticket to success, or a shadow that's hard to step out from? The stories of the Crosby brothers have given us much to ponder about the complex blessings and burdens of celebrity lineage. What's your view? If you think having a celebrated dad is a privilege, comment yes. If you see it as a challenge, comment no. We're eager to see your opinions. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button to join the iconic Inside family, where we dive deep into captivating stories. Let's ignite this discussion in the comments below. ABBA tragically ended after this happened. Imagine in the blink of an eye the world's beloved ABBA, the masters behind some of the most unforgettable hits, facing a twist that would change everything. Yes, you heard it right. In today's explosive episode, we're unraveling the shocking event that brought the dazzling journey of ABBA to a sudden, heartbreaking halt. Think you know the whole story? Think again. Stay tuned as we dive deep into the moment that tragically ended the era of glitz, glam, and groundbreaking music. This is ABBA tragically ended after this happened. You won't believe what we've uncovered. Starting an internationally acclaimed band by accident isn't something many can say they've done, but Benny Andersson was an exception. At a mere 18, he became a member of the Hep Stars, dubbed the Swedish Beatles. Björn Ulvaeus, on the other hand, was part of the Hootenanny Singers. Their paths crossed, and a friendship formed, leading them to collaborate on an album. Their journey took a turn when they vacationed in Cyprus with their girlfriends, Annie Fridlingstad and Agnetha Faltskog. The trip was light-hearted, with both women joining in to provide backup vocals. The real magic happened during a live performance for United Nations soldiers stationed on the island. It was there, in Cyprus, that they discovered the quartet's unique chemistry. Their debut single, titled Hey Old Man, was inspired by a Salvation Army soldier they encountered on the island. As the newly formed ensemble contemplated a suitable moniker, they initially adopted Festfolk, translating to party people in Swedish. However, the quest for a permanent name led them to involve the public through a contest advertised in a local newspaper. Among the suggestions were names like Alibaba, Fab, and Baba. Ultimately, the group took inspiration from these ideas and settled on ABBA, an acronym formed from the initial letters of each member's first name: Agnetha, Björn, Benny, and Annifrid. Choosing this name, however, required overcoming some legal hurdles. Interestingly, a Swedish seafood company named ABBA Seafood Company, not stylized in all capitals, that had been established in the 1800s, already carried a similar name. The band had to engage in negotiations to secure the rights to use the name. On another note, while flashy attire might be synonymous with American fashion in the 1970s and 1980s, ABBA was already making waves with their distinctive wardrobe choices, proving their flair for the dramatic and eye-catching. Their iconic status was significantly bolstered by O. Sandström, who juggled roles between being a zoology teacher during the day and a costume designer by night. Sandström's entree to the group came through Frida, whom he encountered in a theatre company they were both a part of. Soon after, they enlisted him to craft their stage costumes. He drew inspiration from a plethora of sources, ranging from the mesmerizing aurora borealis to the dynamic flair of flamenco dancers. Intriguingly, the choice of bold colors, extravagant patterns, glitter, and layered outfits served a pragmatic purpose beyond aesthetics. Due to a Swedish tax regulation, clothes that were deemed too eccentric for daily wear and designated solely for performance purposes qualified as tax-deductible. This legal loophole encouraged the band and Sandström to continue producing these spectacular ensembles. And produce they did, creating around 500 of these dazzling outfits. There's always a first for everything. Ever since its inception in 1956, Europeans have turned up their speakers for Eurovision, a song contest designed to unify the continent following the devastations of war. The competition saw its share of habitual victors and unexpected triumphs, but Sweden had yet to seize the spotlight. That all changed with the arrival of ABBA, clad in dazzling attire, at the 1974 contest, where they performed their smash hit, Waterloo. This track wasn't just any song, it was the leading single from their second album and the very first song they released after adopting the name ABBA. Winning Eurovision catapulted them to global fame. Moreover, they set a precedent by being the first group from a non-English-speaking nation to consistently hit #1 in Anglophone countries with their English-language songs. The allure of ABBA took a bit longer to ignite in America, but their momentum started building with their inaugural American television appearance on The Mike Douglas Show. A year on, the soon-to-be superstars graced the stage of the then burgeoning comedy series, Saturday Night Live, and so the showbiz excitement kicked off. This exceptional vocal ensemble from Sweden eventually climbed to the top spot, breaking through a market that, save for acts from the British invasion, seemed impenetrable for international bands. ABBA, despite their global fame, initially struggled to dominate the American charts, peaking only at number 14. Their breakthrough moment in the United States came much later, in 2008, reaching the #1 position, largely thanks to the release of the Mamma Mia film starring Meryl Streep. ABBA's appeal knows no borders, transcending geographical and cultural constraints. While Dancing Queen might as well be considered a universal anthem, it's money, money, money that becomes ironic given their situation. Fans spanned the globe, including in the Soviet Union, where ABBA's music was immensely popular. However, due to embargoes that restricted financial transactions with certain currencies, the band faced a unique challenge. They couldn't be paid in rubles or what's colloquially referred to as Russian dollars. Their innovative solution? They agreed to receive compensation through royalty payments derived from the Soviet Union's oil commodities. It's a scenario so intriguing, it might just pique the interest of Blake Carrington himself, because YouTube will prioritize interactive videos. Please comment OK if you find this video interesting, thank you. Annie Fried, known for her role in ABBA and as a vocal advocate for the environment, carries a past deeply marked by conflict. She was born amidst the turmoil of World War II, a time when Nazi Germany had occupied Norway. During this period, relationships between German officers and Norwegian women were not uncommon, sometimes even encouraged by the German government in pursuit of creating more idealized offspring. Annie Fried, born in 1945, was the result of one such union, her father being a German sergeant. Children born from these unions were derogatorily called Tyskerbarnes, or German children. For Frida and her mother, the post-war period brought no respite, as the newly liberated Norwegian government took measures against them. They faced not just societal exclusion, but also threats of being placed in internment camps. Consequently, Frida and her family were compelled to leave Norway due to the unwelcoming and dangerous environment. In search of safety, Frida and her family sought refuge in Sweden, away from the ongoing persecution faced by those who remained. Tragically, both Frida's mother and grandmother passed away without witnessing her rise to stardom. For years, Frida believed her father, whom she had never known, was dead. However, upon discovering he was alive, Benny Andersson was instrumental in arranging a meeting between the two, a reunion filled with overwhelming emotions. The encounter proved challenging for Frida. The years had built a barrier that prevented her from offering the unconditional love of a daughter to her father, plunging her into a profound depression. Nevertheless, this period of turmoil also stirred in her a determination to champion the cause of Norwegian war children, aiding them in overcoming the stigma attached to their birth. The love story of ABBA's members is a classic tale of romance intertwined with music. Initially, their collaboration sprouted from their personal relationships. with Benny Andersson pairing up with Annifrid Lyngstad, and Bjorn Ulvaeus exchanging vows with Agnetha Fältskog. It seemed as though they were destined for lifelong partnerships. Unfortunately, the fairy tale endings weren't meant to be. Reflecting on his separation, Bjorn described the process as notably tranquil. He shared insights into their mutual decision, stating, "In many ways, Agnetha and my divorce was an amicable one. We just grew apart and decided, let's split up." Interestingly, Knowing Me, Knowing You was penned in the shadow of their impending divorce, serving as a prophetic nod to their eventual parting. Their official split came in 1980, yet Agnetha continued to perform the song without hesitation. Following this, Bjorn wrote, "The Winner Takes It All," a candid exploration of divorce, further cementing their personal experiences into their music. The dissolution of Benny and Annifrid's marriage contrasted starkly with Bjorn's account, which he deemed as creatively stimulating yet overshadowed by unhappiness, leading to their breakup in 1981. Despite the romantic relationships within the band dissolving, the members of ABBA attempted to maintain the integrity of the group. However, despite their efforts and relatively amicable separations, Agnetha later remarked that the band's concluding years were fraught with misery. This discomfort and unhappiness led to ABBA's ultimate disbandment in 1982. In the years that followed, the allure of ABBA continued to captivate fans worldwide, sparking endless speculation about a potential reunion. Nevertheless, these rumors were often quickly dispelled, primarily due to Agnetha's perceived reluctance. Known for her reclusive tendencies, Agnetha's aversion to crowds, loud noises, airplanes, and vast open spaces was frequently cited as a significant barrier to any form of reunion. Moreover, she enjoyed considerable success as a solo artist, further cementing her status as a fan favorite and raising questions about her interest in reuniting the band. The premiere of Mamma Mia in 2008 didn't exactly see Agnetha jumping to re-engage with the celebratory gatherings. Though all members were present at the event, they appeared separately, maintaining their distances, especially when photographers sought to capture them together on a balcony, with Agnetha notably keeping to herself. She has expressed her disliking for the Greta Garbo 2 inches moniker, emphasizing her desire for a serene and undisturbed existence because YouTube will prioritize interactive videos. Please comment "OK" if you find this video interesting, thank you. However, in a turn that delighted fans, 2016 became the year Frida and Agnetha performed The Way Old Friends Do, with Benny and Bjorn joining them towards the end. This reunion reignited sparks and led the group back into the studio to work on new music, along with preparing for a digital tour featuring avatars of the band members, a move hailed as brilliant. Originally, the announcement promised 2 new songs by 2020, but unexpected delays pushed the release to 2021, with an exciting update that fans could anticipate not just 2, but 5 new tracks. The much-anticipated hologram concert has been officially termed The Voyage, and to accompany the release of the band's 5 new tracks, a documentary is set to serve as an adjunct to the performance. Today, all members of the quartet are in their 70s, and among the highlights of Voyage are 2 releases: a touching ballad named I Still Have Faith in You, and an energetic Don't Shut Me Down. Both songs are currently available for listening, so make sure to give them a play. For those eager to experience Voyage, mark your calendars for London in 2022. Let's raise our glasses and celebrate the enduring allure of this Swedish marvel. Not just a musical phenomenon, ABBA's influence extended into fashion, pop culture, and even politics. Their unique blend of pop hooks, harmonies, and flashy stage outfits not only defined a decade, but also left a lasting impact on the music industry and popular culture worldwide. Their songs have been covered by numerous artists featured in various films, musicals, most notably Mamma Mia, and even political campaigns, illustrating their timeless appeal and widespread influence. This cultural legacy underscores their role as one of the most enduring symbols of the 1970s and beyond, with their music continuing to inspire new generations. ABBA was among the first groups to understand and exploit the potential of the music video in promoting their songs, predating MTV by several years. Their innovative use of visuals to accompany their music played a crucial role in their success. particularly in markets where they couldn't perform live due to logistical reasons. This foresight can be seen as a precursor to modern digital marketing strategies in the music industry, making ABBA pioneers in more ways than just musically. Their early adoption of music videos significantly contributed to their international acclaim and helped solidify their status as pop icons. Opened in May 2013, ABBA the Museum in Stockholm is not just a tribute to the group's legacy, but also an interactive experience that immerses visitors in the world of ABBA. Featuring a vast array of memorabilia, including costumes, instruments, gold records, and original items from the group's history, the museum provides insight into ABBA's journey and achievements. It stands as a testament to their lasting influence and a pilgrimage site for fans worldwide, showcasing the enduring love and fascination with ABBA's music and persona. This museum solidifies the group's place not only in the history of music, but also as a cultural phenomenon that continues to captivate the hearts of many across the globe. While not overtly political, ABBA's portrayal of strong, independent women, both in their music and personal lives, resonated with feminist themes of the 1970s. Songs like Dancing Queen celebrated freedom and joy, becoming anthems for women's liberation movements. Furthermore, the prominence of Agnetha and Frida, not just as vocalists but as integral parts of the group's image and success, challenged traditional gender roles in the music industry. Their success and agency have been revisited in recent years as examples of early feminist icons in pop music. Exploring the rich and captivating history of ABBA, it's clear that the synergy between its members, Benny Andersson, Björn Ulvaeus, Agnetha Fältskog, and Annie Frid Lyngstad, was the cornerstone of their unprecedented success. Each member brought their own distinct flair and talent, creating a blend that was both magical and revolutionary in the music scene. Benny Andersson, with his exceptional skills as a composer and keyboardist, laid the musical foundation. Björn Ulvaeus's talent as a songwriter and guitarist alongside his dynamic partnership with Benny was crucial in crafting the stories that resonated in their songs. Agnetha Fältskog, known for her emotive voice and striking presence, added depth and allure to their performances, while Annie Frid Lyngstad's versatile singing and charismatic stage presence completed the quartet's unparalleled sound. Together, they not only dominated the charts worldwide, but also left an indelible mark on pop culture. Their journey from individual musicians to global icons was marked by groundbreaking hits, memorable performances, and a legacy that continues to inspire. The magic of ABBA lay not just in their music, but in the unique blend of personalities and talents of its members, making their story one of enduring fascination. As we voyage through their journey, it's undeniable that their music holds a special place in the hearts of many. Now we turn the spotlight to you, our viewers. Are you enchanted by the timeless tunes of ABBA? Let's get the conversation started. Drop an A in the comments if you hold a torch for this iconic ensemble. And if you've enjoyed diving deep into the rich tapestry of ABBA's legacy, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to Iconic Inside. Let's keep the music playing and the stories alive.